Impregnation of the astral body with the 4 divine fundamental attributes. Once a magician has reached this level in his development, he begins to clothe his concept of God into concrete ideas. A mystic, yogi, etc., who has been unilaterally trained sees in his deity only one aspect which he reveres and to which he renders the highest worship and recognition. However, a true initiate who, during his entire development, always takes the step-by-step course of instructions in regards to the 4 elements into consideration, will clothe the concept of God into 4 aspects in accordance with the universal laws. 1. Omnipotence corresponds to the fire element. 2. Wisdom and omniscience correspond to the air element. 3. Immortality corresponds to the water element. 4. Omnipresence corresponds to the earth element. It is the task of this step that the magician meditate on these 4 divine ideas or aspects in the proper sequence. Deep, intense meditation places the magician almost into a position to directly reach the level of ecstasy with one of these divine virtues and to merge with it to such a degree that he perceives himself to be that particular virtue. The magician must experience this with each and every one of the 4 virtues of his God. The manner in which he arranges this exercise is left to his discretion. He can meditate on one of the virtues until he is certain that it has become personified within him. He must proceed with all the other virtues in this manner. He can carry out the meditation, time permitting, in such a manner that during one exercise he can meditatively call forth all the divine virtues in the proper sequence. The meditation has to be practiced so intensively, so profoundly, so persistently and convincingly within oneself that the astral body becomes almost identical with that virtue. His concept of God is universal, which includes all 4 attributes of God in accordance with the universal laws. The magician should therefore pay the greatest attention to these meditations, because they cannot be dispensed with and they are absolutely necessary in order for him to become one with his God. Once the magician has attained the ability to envisage an inner picture of all 4 divine virtues, which can only be achieved through deep meditation, he will attain the necessary maturity to establish this contact. The reader will find the description of this practice in the last step of this book. In due time, these meditations have the effect of deifying the magician's spirit and soul, and eventually they also have an analogous effect upon his physical body, and they enable the magician to make contact with his God, which is the purpose and goal of this developmental course of instructions.